Welcome to Burlington Hobbies in southern Wisconsin for a Friday night club race. This is the 13.5 short course class, and I'm starting in the pole position with the white, yellow, and blue truck. It was a brand new layout on this night, so everyone was still learning it a bit. Usually they add some curbing and mark some jumps as well, so it was a little more challenging than other nights have been. There are some tight corners, so I thought getting out to a clean start would be really important. I just didn't want to make a mistake and get hit from behind, likely causing a pileup, as you can see what happened back there. So I just tried to run some clean, smooth, consistent laps early. There were some heavy hitters starting right behind me. I pretty much never beat that red Lightning McQueen truck, so the pressure was on. This is Steve that gets set right ahead of me and almost goes a lap down already, but he started third on the grid, so I had a feeling he was not going to let me go around easy. It would have been nice not to have to worry about passing him though. We race each other a lot in the backyard and have a blast battling back and forth, so it would have been a lot of fun to race him for the win here, but it's just not the same when one of us is a lap down. I tried to be patient, but the two guys behind me were getting pretty close, so I didn't want to wait too long. I also didn't want to risk getting into a bumping match with him and lose even more time. I saw a little pile up in this corner and really didn't have anywhere to go. I was hoping to just follow around the outside, but that didn't quite work. I ended up getting bumped, needing a marshal, getting passed by the guy that was in second while he was off the track, but then I got on and got past him before he got back on the track, so just a little bit of chaos there. After all of that, I had a bit of clear track, which was a relief, but then I looked ahead and saw that Steve was still ahead of me, so I'd likely have to try to pass him again. Luckily, I was able to see this collision coming in time to go wide and avoid another possible crash, and a lot of times this is what the short course class is all about. When you are in the front and coming up on lappers, you have to look ahead and be smart so you don't get into too many time-consuming issues. Everyone is in their own race, and once things get spread out, it can be hard to tell who you are actually racing for position. Some drivers will let you by easy, while others will race you hard. Speaking of that, Steve here goes crashing off the track, so I thought this was my opening. I tried to get by, but I still tag him and end up getting passed by another lapper, but at least I was ahead of him now, so I tried to sprint away. I thought he was going to go for the kill in this corner here. Luckily, he went too far inside and clipped that pipe, but at least now I had a couple cars between him and I, so I hoped that our lap apart battle was over. He definitely added some excitement to this race, though. You can't see it on camera, but the driver that was in second, who they call the Legend, was really closing in on me at that point until someone spun him out. If it wouldn't have been for that, things probably would have been pretty close right about now. I had some clear track once again, but I saw quite a few trucks battling right ahead of me, so I knew anything could happen. I was pretty worried about getting through this group here since they are all fast drivers, but when this guy went wide, I thought there was enough room to sneak by him. I felt bad for taking him out, and I wasn't trying to, but there was really no reason to wait around for him. You can't see it too well on camera, but the middle of this S-turn is actually banked and off camber, so you really had to watch your line and speed through there. I was starting to drive a bit more timid around some of the lappers, and I felt like I was slowing down too much. Then I saw that the Legend was closing in once again. Luckily for me, I guess, something must have happened to him in that corner because he lost a ton of time, but I was really looking forward to the battle, so I was a bit bummed to see him lose so much time that way. Seeing Steve running a similar pace to what I was a bit of a bummer too, because if it wasn't for his early issue, we might have had an awesome race. But sometimes slow is fast in RC, and it is all about minimizing those time-consuming mistakes. I was not trying to set the fastest lap in this race, I was just trying to be the most consistent. The race was pretty uneventful for a while. I just tried to look ahead and get by people as cleanly as I could, and I didn't have much pressure from behind. Things did get a little hairy on the last lap here. I was in a group and someone spun out ahead of me. I hit them and spun out even worse. Then I got a lucky bounce and got knocked around in the direction I needed to go. We were in a tight group here for a second, but things spread out quickly enough that I could cruise it in for the win. While the results may say that I led every lap of this race, it sure didn't feel like it, and it was far from boring. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let me know if you want to see more racing videos. I did race a second class that night.